senior reporter Annika Larsen is at Parliament for us. Annika, so we've seen a number of instances where the minister, in fact, did not make an appearance in Parliament, so he is expected to appear before that committee today.
No, Michelle, he hasn't appeared 3 times, which I think has really prompted the committee to decide that it wants to hold its own inquiry into state capture. And if you remember last year, the House Chair, Cedric Frolick, sent a note to all committees saying that if they believed there was any maladministration or state capture, if you like, with state agencies, that they could investigate that. So you could say that they've got off to a rather sluggish start. That's why Public Enterprises held its inquiry. Home Affairs is still grappling with this, and now Mineral Resources is grappling with this too, but only after Mosebenzi Zwane failed to appear to answer questions directly linked to the Guptas 3 times. One because he said he had an exam, another time because he said he was ill, and then in February because he said he had another meeting at the National Council of Provinces, which in fact didn't exist. And so the committee has decided to have its own state capture inquiry with its own terms of reference, and those largely extend to the former minister explaining his role, if any, in the sale of Optimum Mine to Tegeta Resources, and as well as trips that were associated with that to Dubai and Switzerland, as well as the sale of any other Glencore assets.
And of course, there should be some questions from the committee regarding the Estina Dairy Farm sale in the Free State?
Yes, I mean, these are the draft terms of reference. They're not final, and as I said, they got off to a sluggish start this morning because Parliament's legal advisors were not present at the meeting to help them on the way forward. There's a lot that goes into setting up a state capture inquiry in terms of resources, in terms of reference, support from legal services, and you have to have a very committed and competent evidence leader in order to do all the investigation. I actually saw Advocate Vanara this morning, and he's still being followed and looked after by several bodyguards. So you have to find someone who's willing to take that on. I don't know if this particular committee has the kind of MPs in it that are as committed to holding the sort of inquiry that we've seen at Public Enterprises, but we'll see. And then you have Scopa just along this passage here, who's also discussing its terms of reference into another inquiry, which is on water affairs and sanitation. They want their own inquiry and criminal investigation against certain members of that department that was led at the time by now Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane.
Thanks very much for that update. Our senior reporter Annika Larsen live to us there from a rather noisy, busy Parliament.